Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi everyone. Today's discussion is focused at this simple question: can Sharia compliant product be unethical? So, usually questioning the ethical position of Sharia compliant product can be irritating to many bank Sharia advisors who see that all Sharia compliant products are by default or inherently ethical. So there is no need, to reason out or to debate whether this Sharia compliant product are ethical or unethical, because the product has been screened from riba, from gharar, from maisir, from the prohibited commodity, and therefore there isn't any reason why we should be questioning whether the product is ethical or unethical. But now when we are looking at Rule 78, we know very clearly that Rule 78, has been condemned by many consumer associations all across the global world as unjust and unethical. Some government, such as USA, UK, and Singapore, have prohibited the use of Rule 78. And despite that, Rule 78 are still adopted not only by many conventional banks, but also, unfortunately, Islamic bank as well. So that is why, we are here to question the morality or the ethical position of the Sharia compliant products, such as tawarruk, personal financing, murabahah, personal financing, ijaratul ma'al-bay', vehicle financing, where the rule of the use of Rule 78 predominate, and it is clear now that Rule 78 constitute one type of business strategy, one type of risk strategy sought by banks. And then based on the Sharia Governance Policy Document of 2019, therefore Rule 78 should be given due attention in Sharia governance. So the Board of Directors should be able to bring out this issue, because it is very clear based on the Sharia Governance Policy Document that the Sharia governance should be integrated into the bank business and risk strategy. But there are some tricky questions here. For example, number one, how will Sharia governance be treating Rule of 78 now? Because now, based on the SGPD 2019, the scope of the Sharia parameter have been expanded beyond the traditional prohibitive element like riba, gharar, maisir. Now we are going into the commercial banking policy, more specifically business strategy and risk strategy. Again, you can see question number two: is the business strategy using Rule 78 compliant to Sharia principle, or is the risk strategy using Rule 78 compliant to Sharia principle? So there's a likely, some positive discussion that can arise from this consideration to look into the use of Rule 78. But there is also a possible conflict between Board of Directors and SC position. That is, conflicting interests can occur between Bank Board of Directors and the Sharia Committee. For example, the board will see Rule 78 as necessary to enhance earning and profitability and to mitigate operational risk, because consumer can be malicious to abuse the loan only to settle early after 1 or 2 years into the loan period. So that will of course cause a loss to the bank, because the bank are not able to enjoy the profit as per agreed in the agreement. But the Shariah Committee wanted to put Shariah principle, that is justice, over and above profitability, because, you know, when customer need to settle early due to some genuine reason, and when Rule 78 is used, the customer will find themselves to be, you know, overly burdened by a larger amount of outstanding loan, because most of the monthly payment have been consumed by the bank as profit, and very small portion of the monthly payment is allocated to capital payment. So who is going to mediate this conflict, if any? I presume that the Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara may need to look at this matter if the issue is stable in the SAC meeting. So I presume that the JPID or Jabatan Perbankan and Takaful people will be looking at this matter, because now, based on the Sharia government policy document, we can no longer, you know, be, you know, negligent or having weak oversight on this Rule 78, because it needs to be integrated into Sharia governance as, you know, guided by Bank Negara, and therefore we do hope that that this can be truly deliberated in at Bank Negara SAC meetings, inshallah. So we'll see again, and we do hope to discuss a lot more on this issue. Thank you very much. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.